Lassa fever. How does it spread? What are the signs and symptoms? And how well can we prevent it? So this is what we've been discussing today. How does Lassa fever spread? Number one is through injection or consumption of food that has been contaminated with multimammals rat feces or urine. And two is through exposure to household items that has well been contaminated by the rat's urine and feces, just by inhaling, through inhalation of their feces or their urine, one can develop it. And three is through person to person contact, that is through direct contact with an infected person's body fluid or clothing. And last but not the least, through laboratory transmission, especially in an healthcare settings. When a patient comes, you don't know what is wrong with the patient. You usually move close, do the test and all of that. So through that, it can spread to a large number of healthcare workers if they did not use the appropriate PPE. So now, let's talk about the incubation period. The incubation period is short. It's just from 2 to 21 days, and then the person starts showing signs and symptoms. So now the signs and symptoms are divided into two. We have the initial signs and symptoms and the later one. So in the initial signs and symptoms, the person will experience fever, high fever, general body weakness, and malaise. You feel sick, And in the later signs and symptoms, the person begins to experience headache, chest pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and in severe cases, bleedings from different parts of the body. From orifice in the body, the openings in the body, bleedings from the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, anus, vagina, and all of that. So the person begins to bleed from those sides. Isn't that serious? Is that serious? Yeah. So now, how do we prevent it? Very important. One is food safety. Very, very important. Make sure your food are well stored. Store your food items in the plastic with cover. And when you are buying your food, especially your garri, make sure you are buying from the right place. All these garri sellers, they spread it on the floor in their house. They put some nylon or poly bags on the floor, and then they pour this garri on it, and this rat can come and play and go. Yeah. And that garri is a serious one, because most of us like to do soakings. You soak garri and you take it. Please, let's make sure we get our garri directly from where they are frying it, if possible. And let's educate our women, our village women, those that do this garri, let's educate them. And also people that spread food on the roadside, especially along express road. You see yam and cassava spread there. These rats will come and do and go, and they'll bring it and sell to us. God have mercy on us. Another one is sanitation. Very important. Clear bushes around your house. Clear those loads, those gigantes in your house that you say it may still be useful. It will never be useful. Clear your house. Give out the ones you need to give out. The one you don't need, give them out. The one you cannot get out, burn it and free your house. Stop giving them breathing space. Those loads you pack there, you are giving them breathing space. Yeah. And also hand washing, very important. Wash your hand very well. Number 4, cook your food thoroughly. Research shows that they cannot survive very high temperature. So cook your food very well. Cook your food very well. And number 5, don't eat food that has been eaten by animal, rats. So you cut the side away and then you eat the rest. Abba now. Please now. Don't do that to yourself. And 6, avoid self-medication. Don't self-medicate. Don't say it's malaria. Some of us, you take malaria drug and then you say, oh, it's like it's typhoid. I've been treating malaria now, the thing is not working. Who is telling you all this? Go to the hospital, let them diagnose you, let them run tests on you. Don't sit at home and diagnose yourself. Yeah. And lastly but not the least, use all these traps to catch them. The gum trap, the local made traps. Block all the holes in your house that you know that they can penetrate in and out. Block them. May God help us so we will not be a victim, and your families too will not be a victim. So tell somebody to tell another body. Case closed. So we come to the end of today's video, and I'm then gonna see you guys in my next. So until then, bye.